friends, welcome to the world of business studies. In the last 21 discussions, we have covered chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management, chapter number 2, principles of management, chapter number 3, business environment, and chapter number 4, that is planning of NCERT. Now, in this discussion, I'll be continuing with chapter number 5 of NCERT, that is organizing, in which we have covered topics like organizing meaning, steps in the process of organizing, importance of organizing, organization structure, types of organization structure, that is functional structure and divisional structure, comparative view of functional and divisional structure, types of organization, that is formal organization and informal organization, formal and informal organization, a comparative view, delegation, elements of delegation, overview of elements of delegation, importance of delegation, and centralization. Now, in this discussion, I'll be continuing with decentralization and importance of decentralization. Now, moving to the first slide, that is decentralization. Decentralization refers to the pursuing down of functional authority and power of decision making to the lower level of the organization. It is really an extension of the process of delegation. Just like delegation, decentralization in some form or other must exist in all organization structures. To be precise, an organizational structure cannot be effectively maintained without the aid of decentralization. Now, I'll be explaining to you decentralization more in detail. Now, decentralization is a type of organization structure in which daily operations and decision-making responsibilities are delegated by the top management to the middle and the lower level management within the organization, allowing top management to focus more on major decisions. For a small business, growth may create the need of decentralization to continue efficient operation. Decentralization offers several advantages. Through relinquishing control may be difficult for a business owner accustomed to making all the decisions. Decentralization is a systematic delegation of authority at all levels of management and in all the organization. In decentralization, concern authority retained by the top management for taking major decisions and framing policies concerning the whole concern. Rest of the authority may be delegated to the middle level and the lower level of management. Like delegation, decentralization is also the more extension, or you can even say that it has been generated from the delegation only. Here also the power is being delegated to the lower level of management. Here the top management is basically responsible for taking important decisions, whereas the lower level management or the middle level management is responsible for taking daily decisions on daily operations, and the responsibilities are being delegated by the top management to the middle level management and from lower and to the lower level managers within the organization. As we know that the basic important decisions are need to be taken, and the important functions which need to be performed, or some decisions, what rules, regulations, policies which need to be made by the top level management. They take decisions on important issues, whereas the daily routine and the basic decisions are being given to the middle management to take decisions on that particular daily basis work, to take decisions on that particular daily basis work, where you need to perform operational works, and uh, more issues of the employees or problems of the employees decisions are taken by the middle level or lower level managers. Here the decisions regarding im- uh, the lower level management is being taken by the middle level management. Now this were all about the decentralization. It, as we know that it has come from the word centralization. Centralization where the power stands in the hand of one, whereas decentralization is that in which powers are being transferred to the subordinates or lower level of management, to the various people. Here you can see the picture and can identify that decentralization, the powers has been transferred to the various hands of the employees or various employees of the organization. Now moving to the next slide, that is importance of decentralization. What are the basic importance of decentralization? These are the few points which explains you about the importance of decentralization. First one, develops initiative among subordinates. Next, develops managerial talent for the future. Next, quick decision making. Next, relief to top management. Next, facilitates growth. And the last, that is better control. I'll be explaining you all these points in detail one by one. First, develops initiative among the subordinates. Under decentralization, authorities are delayed in large amount. Authority is a kind of power which compound or compels a person to think to do some new things. This inculcates him the ability to take initiative. Decentralization not only gives the authority but also makes it possible to convert great ideas into valuable creative work. This creates it gives the motivation or initiative for the subordinate to perform well, to take decisions and take decisions in a more creative way. It enhances the subordinates for a particular work, so that he can take decisions and perform well in the organization. Next, that is develop managerial talent for the future. Under decentralization, decision-making authority is given even to the lower level managers. In this way, by getting opportunities to take decisions, knowledge and experience of all levels of manager increases, develops talent in the managers to bear extra responsibility in the future. As we know that everybody wants to grow in future, so decentralization helps the subordinates to take managerial decisions and enhances their managerial talent, the power to take decisions. As they'll take the decisions in the lower level for few things, they'll grow the talent of taking decisions, and in the nearer future they will be able to become a successful manager and take decisions for the important issues in the organization. This also motivates them to work in that organization, as they find themselves in a growing environment, as they have the power and have the responsibility to take decisions on few matters. Next, that is quick decision making. The burden of all the managerial decision is no more confined to some limited people, but it is distributed among many people. This not only leads to quick decisions making but also result in better decision making. All the people are well aware of the problem faced by their unit or division, and for this reason they are capable of taking best possible decision. As the power is being delegated or decentralized to many subordinates, it helps them to take decisions at quick, because here they did not need to follow various levels of management and take the decisions. Here the problems are being told to the people and they are responsible and they have the power to take decisions. And as we know that all the things and all the work cannot be performed by one single person, as if he will be given the if he will taking all the decision, he won't be able to understand the problem of he won't be able to understand each and every problem of the organization in a better way. If the power is being decentralized, the person who is responsible would be responsible for few work, and he would be able to understand the problem in the most effective way and would be able to give a better decisions, because he would be understanding that problem in a more better way than if the organization would have been a single person. Like if the organization would be having a centralized form, they won't be able, that the manager would know all the problems of the organization. He would take a common decisions, and in this decentralization, the power has been given to the subordinate. He would be able to take the decision, and he would be knowing the problem from the root cause, and the problem would be easily solved, and the decisions even could be taken at a smaller period of time in a very quick way. Now moving to the next point, that is relief to top management. Under decentralization, authority related to take monotonous decision is delegated to the subordinate. As a result, top management relieves itself from trivial affairs, and consequently the workload is quite reduced. This saves their valuable time, which is then utilized to brighten the future of the organization and to establish coordination. As it is a relief to the top management, because many small decisions uh, power has been given to the subordinate, and the management is not responsible for taking small decisions, but he is responsible for taking uh, big decisions which could help in the brighten of the future of the organization, and which would also help in the establishment of coordination among the employees in the organization. Now the next one, that is facilitates growth. Under decentralization, full liberty is given to the subordinate to take decisions. This is the situation inculcates a sense of responsibility among the subordinates. Thus, they make the effort to achieve better results. This thinking gives origin to departmental competitiveness. In a situation, everybody tries to perform better than other. As a result, decentralization develops of an organization is made development of an organization is made possible. It facilitates growth as everybody knows their responsibility in a better way. This would help in the development of the organization. Now the next one, that is better control. Decentralization helps to decisively evaluate the work performance at all levels and even make possible to fix accountability. Contribution of every department for the attainment of the objective can be ascertained. This situation is just like a challenge for every department. Management adopts a good controlling policy to face this challenge, as everybody knows what to do, or the power is being delegated in a such way that the person is responsible and accountable for that particular way, and it also helps in as the top manager, many works has been delegated or decentralized. He has a better control over the organization, and he also have a better control over the subordinates of his organization. Thus it also helps in the better control. Now this were the all things we need to discuss in this discussion. With this discussion we end with this chapter, and in the next lecture we'll be starting with the next chapter of NCERT. Let us know your doubt or any specific query below in the comment section. Subscribe us and ring the bell button so that you won't miss any important update. Till then, enjoy studying business studies.